Hi, I'm Carol Rowland, the author of the Feline Park Inspector, and this is Bug, Boo the Deaf Kitty's little sister. Bug, are you enjoying your first Christmas? I know it's so exciting. You have gifts down there, don't you? Would you like to read Boo's Christmas story with me? Are? What is Christmas? With Boo the Deaf Kitty. Here we go. Hi, Bug. Okay. Would you like to read Boo's book with me? This is What is Christmas with Boo the Deaf Kitty. It was a cool December morning, and Boo was enjoying playing with his best friend Dot in the garden. The garden was nice all year long, and there were always sticks and bugs to play with. Mama was digging in the garden while the two kitties played and spent time discussing their adventures. Mama's taking me to see the Christmas lights in the town this year, Boo told Dot. Oh, she exclaimed, Christmas lights are very pretty. Yes, they are. But why do you think humans hang them? Boo asked her. What is Christmas? Oh, that's easy, Dot said. Christmas is when humans hang toys everywhere for us to play with. But why do they do it? Boo asked. Because they love us, she told him. I think there might be more to Christmas than humans showing us their love, he said, watching Mama take a fake tree out of the garage. Boo decided that he should ask Miss Sophia what she thought Christmas was all about. Miss Sophia was old and wise. She knew everything and everyone in Tootertown. Do you see Miss Sophia? Huh? Yes. Miss Sophia is beautiful. He found Miss Sophia sunning herself on a rock. Excuse me, he said, gently waking her from her thoughts. Can you tell me what Christmas is? Christmas? The large, fluffy kitty exclaimed. Of course, it's the celebration of shiny things and all things fun. That's why they hang shiny things and toys everywhere. Are you sure? Boo asked. They don't seem to like for us to play with the decorations after they're hung. But they're so shiny. They must be toys, she exclaimed. Why don't you research this strange holiday, and then you can tell us all why the humans celebrate this time of year. Later that day, Boo saw his friend Sassy outside the window. Sassy was a squirrel who enjoyed being close to humans. Bug, do you see Sassy? She liked to explore attics and dig in boxes, and she knew all about humans. Boo knocked at the window to get her attention. Hello, Boo, she called out, nibbling her sunflower seeds. How can I help you? Hello, Boo perked his ears seriously. I was wondering about Christmas. Dot says it's all about cats, but Miss Sophia says it's a celebration of shiny things and toys. I think it might be something more. Oh, it is. You're right, Boo. It's so much more, she said as she jumped and ran across the yard excitedly. Boo wanted to ask her more, but Sassy was already gone. It can be very hard to talk to squirrels. Maybe, Boo thought, he should do some research all on his own. Boo heard that there was a special place humans went when they wanted to research things. Boo needed to go to the library. The library had many Christmas books on display. Several of the books had pictures of a large human in a red coat who seemed to have many animal friends. This human they called Santa Claus, and he was clearly an animal lover. Boo wondered if Dot was right. Was Christmas about humans loving cats? Maybe it was about loving all animals. Boo needed to find this Santa fellow. If he could find Santa, he could learn what Christmas was really all about. He had heard that humans met with Santa Claus in the shopping mall. Boo would go there and find Santa. Inside the mall, Boo found a Christmas display. Surely this would be the perfect place to wait for Santa to come. He watched the families pass by. Children were smiling and excited. Couples walked hand in hand, and everyone waved or petted him as they passed. Boo waited and waited, but he soon fell asleep, and he missed seeing Santa when he arrived. Kitties like to sleep. The next day, Boo decided he would try to find Mr. Claus by meeting some of his friends. In all of the books Boo saw, Santa was surrounded by deer. Boo went deep into the woods to find some deer, but he couldn't find any animals that knew this strange human called Claus. After many hours, Boo made his way home to get cleaned up. As the cool night air settled around him, he thought about everything he'd seen and learned. All of the information seemed to point towards the jolly human dressed in red. Maybe Boo needed a red suit to understand Christmas. He would wear a red suit to look at Christmas lights with Mama, and maybe then he would learn the real meaning of Christmas. Mama took Boo to the park the next day after the sun went down to see the holiday lights. There he is in his Santa hat and his red harness. It was amazing. There were lights and displays everywhere. The people around him were holding hands and smiling. Everyone was so nice and friendly. Boo forgot to even look for Santa Claus. He explored the lighted baubles, giant balls, and colorful figures. They were all so pretty, and there were so many lights inside of them that the park glowed from every angle. All the decorations looked like giant cat toys. He understood why Dot thought that Christmas was all about cats, and why Miss Sophia thought it was a celebration of shiny things. When Boo and Mama returned home that night, Boo helped her get out all of their decorations. It was so much fun to spend time with Mama. It was as if all the problems of the world were put on hold. Finding Santa Claus no longer mattered to Boo. He had the most important human right there beside him. Boo and Mama spent all evening creating a magical display of lights. He and Mama strung lights and dug in boxes together. They hung shiny balls and sparkly things from every tree. Boo couldn't remember ever having a better time. He wanted every day to be like Christmas. Inside the house, Boo helped Mama set up the Christmas tree and played in all the boxes that Mama brought out. Mama laughed as Boo scattered decorations across the room. Boo didn't care if they finished hanging the lights. Boo didn't care about getting presents. It was so much fun just being with Mama. Could that be what Christmas was all about? Forgetting about all the stress and troubles for a very short time, and just enjoying spending time with those you love? What a wonderful season. He wanted to share it with everyone he knew. Boo wrapped presents for his friends till late in the night. This was going to be the greatest Christmas ever. He couldn't wait to see Dot's face as she opened her box of toys. Mama helped Boo to plan a special Christmas party for all of his friends. Boo's wrapping presents and getting everything ready. The next morning, when the girls came to see him, they found Boo outside waiting for them. There were presents for everyone and lots of treats. Mama had strung decorations from the trees and scattered shiny balls around the yard so that they could play with them. There were toys everywhere. When all the presents had been unwrapped, Boo looked at Mama sadly. He didn't want this day to end. Christmas was not about getting toys. Christmas was not about looking at the lights. Christmas was so much more. Mama had an idea of how to share this feeling with everyone in Tudortown. Christmas was about spending joy. Christmas was about spreading joy, and Boo was good at spreading joy. He helped Mama gather toys, food, and clothing to take to the community center. As the feline park inspector, Boo was going to spend Christmas with those that he cared for. After the community center closed, Boo took gifts and donations to the Tudortown Fire Department. The firemen would make sure that all of the items would go to people who needed them. Boo had a thought. Maybe one of the firemen was really Santa Claus. He would have to ask Dot what she thought about that idea. He spent the rest of the evening with Dot, his best friend. When he asked her about the firemen, she looked at Boo. Maybe there's a little bit of Santa Claus in all of us, she said. We just have to find it. Boo and Dot sat in silence as they watched a tiny red light leading a sleigh across the nighttime sky. I hope you enjoyed the book. I had a lot of fun writing it. I had a lot of fun writing it.